Hello, the following video is brought to you by Ivan Whelan, Global Head of Quality and Regulatory for GCE. We hope you find it informative. Do feel free to contact us using the email address below should you require any further information.
The topic for today is asking audit questions using the audit funnel for compliance with ISO 13485-2016. Asking audit questions using the audit funnel with ISO 13485 as your criteria. The objectives with respect to this, understanding the use of different types of questions and the concept of the audit funnel as a general technique and methodology to follow. Requirements, clause 824, respect to ISO 13485-2016. The audit funnel itself, with respect to its methodology, begins with an open question. Open questions let the auditee get into a rhythm and a method of responding to be able to demonstrate to you their competency, knowledge, and ultimately the process compliance, which is what the auditor and the audit is trying to assess at any given time. With respect to the open question, an example of this is, tell me about your management review process. The auditee will begin to articulate back what's written in the process and the procedure back to you as an auditor, and then following this you'll be able to probe with further questions around each of the processes that you are actually auditing at the time. The main reason behind this is it's important for the auditee to be able to demonstrate competency around their subject matter expert area, but also the determination between what the reality is happening and the written documentation with respect to the procedure, work instruction, the outputs from various processes with respect to this, and then finally as we go down, when we're finished probing within that area itself, to be able to manage closed questions to get yes/no answers, to be able to determine, again, to reach a conclusion with respect to that particular process. And once again, when we move on to a different area within that process or a different aspect of that process, we go back to the top, begin with an open question, let the conversation flow from the auditee with respect to be able to demonstrate knowledge and competency, probe within specific areas as you gather the evidence, be able to pinpoint and probe specifics to match with what is either in the written word or determine of actions from the outputs, and again with closed questions to determine the conclusion. Ultimately, the main trait from this perspective as an auditor is you are there to ask less and listen more. That is the main use of the audit funnel itself, and to be able to determine then this process is in control because you've witnessed, you have listened to, and you are demonstrated by the auditee as their subject matter expert areas of compliance within this. So again, the objectives of this was to understand the use of different types of questions. We've looked at that between the open and closed and the probing type questions. You also have various questions around the what if concepts around that, but all within the constraints of the funnel technique until you ultimately reach the conclusion with respect to this. Also then a series of questions of different types to elicit information is the methodology as we've demonstrated. To draw the conclusion that we've understanding the behaviour of an auditor, this then allows the organisation to be better prepared and to present a clear case and to be able to present the organisations in its best light to demonstrate compliance.